Invocation and Councilperson Colton to do the pledge.
That word prayer, please. Dear Heavenly Father, we want to thank you, God, for allowing us the opportunity to serve in the capacity of leadership in this city, God. We pray that everything we do will be pleasing in your sight, God. But we ask a special prayer, God, for what's going on around the country, God. We pray that you be with our law enforcement, God. We pray for peace and healing with those guys, God, and their families. But also we pray for our communities, God, that we're able to communicate with one another and let everyone know that we're all in this together, God. So we ask special blessings for healing around this country, God. We also ask that you protect the city of Wetumpka and give us the insight, God, to try to prevent any of these type of situations from taking place. God, be with us in the families in this city. Thank you for all the blessings that you've stored upon us. In Jesus' name we ask. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Councilmember Robbins.
Here.
Gill.
Here.
Thornton.
Here.
Gant.
Here.
Jones.
Here.
Mayor.
You received the minutes from the council meeting held on Tuesday, July the 5th, 2016. Any corrections? If not, a motion to approve.
Motion to approve is presented.
Thank you for the motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion, we have a second. All in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? So the minutes have been approved. Under old business, permission to purchase a quantity of 30 Motorola R7 65 handsets depending on availability at $275 each for a total of $8,250 with Southern Link Wireless.
So moved.
Okay, we have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Okay, thank you. Any discussion? All in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Is anyone opposed? Okay, so that permission too has been granted. Under new business, award bid on emergency repair to Company Street, it's a public works project. The low bidder on this is Stiff Contractors Incorporated, Travis Trail in Wetumpka, Alabama, $337,582 total bid. That's total bid, right? Okay, we need to suspend the rules, or, okay, move forward as an emergency. Okay, I need a motion to suspend the rules and move forward.
I'd like to make a motion to suspend the rules.
Thank you. We have the motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Okay, roll call.
Councilmember Robbins.
Yes.
Gill.
Yes.
Thornton.
Yes.
Gant.
Yes.
Jones.
Yes.
Okay, the rules haven't been suspended. We need a motion now to move forward with the project.
I'd like to make a motion to move forward with emergency.
Thank you for the motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. Is there any discussion at this point?
I do have a question, not to interrupt the motion, but I want to know, is there any FEMA money associated with this at all, or is this all just out of our budget?
I don't think there's any FEMA associated with this at all.
It would not be part.
Okay. So we have the motion, we have the second. Question? Okay, all in favor? Let's do a roll.
Roll call.
Yes.
Councilmember Robbins.
Yes.
Gill.
Yes.
Thornton.
Yes.
Gant.
Yes.
Jones.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, now we can move ahead with this project. So, thank you, Mr.
Mayor.
Engineer.
Do we need a motion now? That was vote on suspending the rules, wasn't it?
You already did that.
Well, I guess I'd need to go on down to the nursing home and find me a room.
Would you like us to drive you out?
If you don't mind, I appreciate it.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, under new business, item 2, the Approve ongoing city pledge to Wetumpka downtown for $15,000 as previously referenced in the resolution number 2016-4-4-1, approved on April 4, 2016. Okay, need a motion?
What you call, I think this is, it's the first reading.
Just the first reading.
Which I think,
You're correct. Could we get 2 rooms out there?
but I like to comment, I really, the Main Street Alabama program has really caused a lot of interest. And this thing here from this help, it's going with it. I really like the way that we're going about this, and we're responsible for getting this thing set up, and hopefully it'll take off from there.
Definitely a lot of interest. There is. Thank you for those comments, and we'll take this up at our next meeting. Boards and committees. Chamber of Commerce report.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor and members of the council. Just one thing, I mentioned last meeting that we have a Women in Business, River Region Women in Business meeting, a reception this Thursday from 5:30 till 7. It's at the Civic Center. Light snacks and refreshments will be provided. Everyone is invited. It's a opportunity to sort of recast a group that used to be very active within the chamber years ago. We are bringing that group back to life, and this particular meeting is just really to meet some folks and to cast the vision, and then we'll have a formal kickoff for the River Region Women in Business group, an official kickoff sometime in the fall. Again, everyone is welcome. It's this Thursday, 5:30 to 7. Thanks, sir.
This time I'd like to give the police chief some time.
Mayor and council, I just want to take a few minutes. I know that things we had in Dallas and things in Baton Rouge in the last few weeks. I listened to Chief Brown out there, and he said, one of the major problems in Dallas is the cops don't know they're supported. Well, the city of Wetumpka knows they've been supported. They have covered us up with cookies and cakes and pizza and cards and letters. They just covered the whole department up the last 2 weeks. And we just want to publicly thank everybody for that. There's no way we can have we don't have a media or an outlet that we can thank y'all, but we want to make sure the public gets, we really appreciate it. And it makes a big difference when you know that people like really care. The second thing I wanted to do, we did the program, the summer program that we did last year. Ella came to me last year and said, I want to do something for the kids. And I said, okay, it's yours to do it. So we went to MLK and took care of some 2,700 kids during the summer last year at no cost to the city. This year she wanted to do the same thing. We had a little difficulty because MLK and the building and this going on out there in the park. But she did this year on her own. She sets the whole thing up. She has volunteers. She has the meal set up for breakfast and lunch. She takes care of anywhere from 75 to 90 kids a day that would be on the streets or somewhere else. I just want to publicly thank her for her initiative and the things she's doing for the city. Thank you.
Chief, I thank you guys for the program this summer, and I've talked to Ella before. I appreciate what you're doing. Of course, the young people in our community means a lot to me. But I also, Chief, wanted to ask you about, and we can talk about this later, but I certainly want to kind of be on the record about it. With the whole situation that's happening around the country, I know I read a brief story in the paper about the NAACP maybe meeting with you about the dynamics in terms of police and the community. But I want to talk with you about the possibility of hosting a forum to invite the citizens out to talk about responsibilities of citizens if they're stopped, what the proper process is. And number one, I want to be more preventive, I guess if I could say that. I mean, to kind of keep tensions down from a community perspective. I mean, that's just something we don't need anywhere in this country, but we definitely don't want to see any of those type of situations happen in Wetumpka. So I wanted to talk with you about that at a later time to see if you'd be open to doing that, hosting a forum so we can have that type of dialogue in the city.
Sure, we'll be available. We've gone to several churches already in the area where they have community meetings, and we've talked to the different community leaders, and we'd be willing to meet with anybody along those lines.
Okay, thanks. Appreciate that.
Chief, while we're on, we get asked a lot of questions about is there a crisis plan for Wetumpka? But without breaking that crisis plan down publicly and submitting it, there is a plan in place.
Yes.
And this plan has been coordinated through Wetumpka Police Department, Elmore County Sheriff's Department, Emergency Management, but there is a plan.
There is.
And very, very well put together. We never know when something is going to happen. We hope it never happens, but we never know. So we have to be prepared. His people, when they leave their shift and go home, they have to make sure that if something breaks loose, something happens, that they can come back. So they have to be careful what they do in their off time. And this is already in place with our officers. Also, one of the things that you have been able to put together over there, and I don't know how much we can talk about this because becoming then public information, we don't hide it, but you do have a secure place over there. You do have a safe place over there if someone needs it.
Yes.
And you do have that in place, which a lot of cities do not have. You are running a program over there that meets the needs of this community and this area for the homeless, the ones who need help, who need a meal or whatever. And there are hundreds and hundreds of people being fed through this department at absolutely no cost to the city on a regular basis. I think now, the last count I had was 28, maybe more than that now, churches involved with our police department meeting the needs of this community. And to pick up the phone and be able to call these people, and I'm telling you, these church folks, they respond. And so there's a lot going on in this community that meets the needs of the community, and there's a lot going on to keep this community safe, be it from the fire department to the police department. Folks, when your fire people respond now, a lot of times you don't know if it's a setup. You don't know what you're getting. Firemen get shot on a regular basis, just like police do. So we have taken precautions on all of that to make sure that all of our first responders are safe, will be safe when they go out. So keep them in your prayers, and just remember that they're here to look after us, to care for us, to make sure that we're safe. And great idea over here. If I can work with you in any way, instruct you in something for a meeting, we'll certainly do that. One more thing, and then I will hush, but River and Blues was this weekend. Folks, to bring this many people into Wetumpka, Alabama, and have an event like we had, I don't know what the estimated count on this one was.
10 to 12,000?
Okay. I know last year we were 10 to 12,000, and I guess we were about in that number again, but to bring that many people here to Wetumpka over the course of one day, to have an event like we had, and we didn't have one, you had one?
One got happy.
One got happy. One got happy. But that's a testament to Wetumpka and what we're trying to do here. So, again, we live in a wonderful place, and we want it to continue to be safe. Okay, any comments from our citizens? Do we have a motion to adjourn?
So much.
All right.